This is lesson 1 for Virtual Robot Simulator, and I will do a demo and a lesson for how to create an autonomous, very simple autonomous program. So I'm gonna click on here when we open the Virtual Robot Simulator, and this is the screen from my Mac computer. So if I click on the autonomous option here, and I will see they have some examples already being given here. So I'm gonna go through how can I modify it and change it to make the robot and driving forward. So here, what I can do is I don't have to use this one. I can say create a new program, and I will create new block programs, and there are some options that I can choose to use basic op mode or basic POV drive or basic tank drive. So I'm gonna choose the basic op mode. It seems like this basic op mode have 4 wheels and it's Magnum drive wheels. So I'm gonna choose the basic op mode and then click on new blocks. Alright, didn't really give me anything new, so this is by default it's this one here. So what I'm gonna do first thing here is I will click on the first one here, right? And I'm gonna I'm gonna click on this box here and drag everything out, and then I will try to put them back one at a time, okay? So here, this is a function, okay? The first thing we learn about programming is actually every program is we are creating some functions, and this function is very special. The function is called runOpMode, and every FTC robot we need to have runOpMode to run the robot. So if we click on the functions here, and this is the runOpMode is one function, and that will be created every time we need to have a robot programs running, okay? And we'll talk about how can we create our own functions. So under the functions here, and this is the runOpMode, it's reside in here. Now let's look at this next block here. The next block here, okay, if we just click on this one, drag down, and it's a blue one here. And this is a comment, means that this is actually for communicating about what the code is doing, and it has the computer will not run this code, this block at all. All right, so we can just type anything we want to here. So we can just say so we'll say auto code to say drive forward for let's say 3 seconds. Okay, so this is just say, all right, I'm gonna put this comments and back in here, drag down here, say I want to write the auto code to drive forward for 3 seconds. Now in general, where can we find this block? It's under the miscellaneous block here, and so this is the comments, and you can drag on here and to write your comment block. Okay, and the next thing here is, and it's the LinearOpMode here, and it's waiting. It says we're doing initializations, and now the whole program we're waiting for the drivers to press the start button. Okay, so this is one program we can use and to from the LinearOpMode. So if we click the drag this one down here, and the LinearOpMode is the program here. It means that whatever the whole software is using for a particularly match, and so we can say we can call the program and wait for star. So this is the functions, and they are waiting for star, and they just hang here and waiting for the star. And there's another functions we will use. It's called program.sleep, and this is a sleep for 1 second. So I will show you how we can use this block here. So the brown block here, it's under the LinearOpMode. So we're going to drag this one here, and then we'll say we're going to wait for program to start. Now for the rest of it, I'm not going to really using here for this demo. So what I'm going to use here is I want to go to the actuator and where I can find the motors. Okay, so I'm going to drag the motors to say I want to set the motor to some power. All right, so I'm going to drag this one here and put in here. So I want to set the power to 1. So this will be driving forward, right? Okay, since I have a 4 motors here, so I'm going to copy this block and paste it, and I will have front left, and then if I click on here and there's a front right, I can set that to 1, 2, and then I can paste again, and I can select a different motor, right? And they from last season's game, and we have total about 8 motors, and then we have back left, and I set that to 1, and I can paste again here. Oops. And then set the motor, the back. I'm gonna do back left, and this is back right. Okay. So the motors is the one we want to control all the time, right? And again, under actuators and DC motors, when we click on this, we can have different functions, okay? And pretty much we will have a set functions here, several set functions, and then several get functions to return the information about the motor. Okay, so for our purposes, we only doing the set here because we want to set. All right. So, and it looks all right, right? So we just want to driving forward. So what's gonna happen if we save this one and run? So let's just say we want to save this, okay? And let's just say we want to save as, call this lesson 1, right? We'll save this and save. So what's gonna happen if we click on start program? And let's just run it. And so the robot starts here, and we'll click on start program. It's just keep running, right? It's keep running, okay? So yeah, every time we'll stop the program, and then let's just reset the field so it goes back. So stop the program and reset the field here. It will go back. So obviously, we need to somehow stop it. And how can we stop it? Obviously, we need to set this to 0, right? Or we can go back to the set motors here, and then we can choose set the power to 0. So obviously, we want to do set power to 0, okay? And so we're gonna copy that and paste it. And we want to paste 3 times. So we want to set this to 0. and change this one to front right, change this one to back left, change this one to back right. Well, so this code says we want to set to 1, but then immediately we send them to 0. So again, if we save this, right, and we run this, you can tell the robot just and doing nothing, right? Because it's like right away, it set them to 0. So we need to say, hey, we want this to be a full power for a while. So where can we find some kind of a duration or timer there to let the motor running at full speed for a while? And that's where we can use the runOpMode tab here, and we can just let the program kind of sleep for a while. So 1, 2. And so this one says we'll let the program sleep for 1 second. So what about we want this to run, let's just say, for 3 seconds and see what happened here. All right, let's save it. And we did make sure we reset the field. And now let's run. Oh, wait, didn't do it. All right, let's stop. Okay, reset the field, make sure we reset the field. Well, that's very interesting. We thought we set them all from left, right, back, right. We set the power to 0. And so this one here, it's only 3 seconds. Maybe it's 3 seconds too far. What about 0.3? Just let it run a little bit. Okay, maybe 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. They already run all the way to the field. Maybe I set this too high. All right, so let's save it. And then I will run. That's better, isn't it? So it just runs a little bit. And so if I change this to 5, this is 0.5 seconds. And I'm gonna stop the program and reset the field, and then start. Here we go. So it's a timed kind of control. So I just want this to go forward for 0.5 seconds, and they driving from here and to here. So we can play around with the number here and to see how far it can drive.